Science has always been a beacon of progress, a tool to explore the unknown, and a way to better humanity's understanding of the world. Yet, beneath its shining surface lies a darker underbelly, a cautionary tale of missteps, unintended consequences, and ethical dilemmas. When discoveries go wrong, they remind us that science, while powerful, is neither infallible nor free of responsibility. In this article, we'll journey through some of the most infamous examples of scientific breakthroughs gone awry. These stories, though sobering, carry invaluable lessons about humility, ethics, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. The tragedy of thalidomide, medicine's catastrophic oversight. In the 1950s, a new wonder drug called thalidomide was introduced to combat morning sickness in pregnant women. Marketed as completely safe, it quickly gained popularity across Europe and other parts of the world. What no one knew at the time was that thalidomide crossed the placental barrier, wreaking havoc on fetal development. The result? Over 10,000 babies were born with severe deformities, missing limbs, malformed organs, and other heartbreaking conditions. Many of these infants didn't survive long after birth. The thalidomide tragedy is a stark reminder of what can happen when rigorous testing and ethical oversight are overlooked. It also led to sweeping reforms in drug approval processes worldwide, including stricter clinical trials and the establishment of regulatory agencies like the FDA in the United States. While the damage was irreparable, the lessons learned have undoubtedly saved countless lives since. The Manhattan Project, unleashing the atomic age. Few scientific achievements have shaped the modern world as profoundly as the Manhattan Project. During World War II, a team of brilliant physicists, including J. Robert Oppenheimer, worked tirelessly to develop the first atomic bomb. Their success brought a swift end to the war, but at an unfathomable cost. On August 6th and 9th, 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, resulting in the deaths of over 200,000 people, many of whom were civilians. The survivors faced lifelong health issues from radiation exposure, and the psychological scars of this devastation lingered for generations. Oppenheimer himself later reflected on the moral implications of his work, famously quoting the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The Manhattan Project demonstrates the dual-edged nature of scientific discovery, immense power accompanied by profound responsibility. It serves as a cautionary tale about the potential consequences of weaponizing knowledge. The Challenger disaster, when overconfidence meets oversight. On January 28, 1986, the world watched in horror as the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded just 73 seconds after liftoff, killing all 7 crew members, including schoolteacher Krista McAuliffe. The disaster was a result of a failed O-ring seal in the shuttle's right solid rocket booster, a defect that engineers had previously flagged as a potential risk. Why, then, did NASA proceed with the launch? Pressure to meet deadlines, combined with a culture of overconfidence, led to the dismissal of engineers' warnings. The Challenger disaster was not just a technological failure, but a human one, a tragic reminder that ignoring caution in the face of ambition can have deadly consequences. In the wake of the disaster, NASA underwent significant structural changes, prioritizing safety and transparency. The tragedy reshaped space exploration, reminding us of the importance of listening to every voice, especially dissenting ones. The Radium Girls, when science glowed too bright. In the early 20th century, radium was hailed as a miraculous element. It was used in everything from cancer treatments to luminous paints for watch dials. Young women employed in factories were tasked with painting watch faces, often licking their brushes to create fine points of practice they were assured was harmless. Unbeknownst to them, radium's radioactivity was slowly poisoning their bodies. Over time, these radium girls developed horrific symptoms, including jaw necrosis, anemia, and debilitating bone fractures. Many lost their lives to radiation exposure. The Radium Girls fought back, suing their employers and bringing attention to the dangers of radioactive materials. Their bravery led to significant advancements in occupational safety and workers' rights, as well as stricter regulations around the use of radioactive substances. Their sacrifice ensured that future generations would not endure the same fate. Lessons from the dark side of science. While these stories are tragic, they are not without purpose. They underscore the immense responsibility that accompanies scientific discovery. Science is not inherently good or evil. It is a tool, and how we wield it depends on our values, ethics, and vigilance. Here are some key takeaways from these cautionary tales. 1. Ethics must always come first. Every breakthrough, no matter how promising, must be examined through an ethical lens. The harm caused by thalidomide and the exploitation of the radium girls were preventable with proper oversight and consideration for human life. 2. Transparency is crucial. The Challenger disaster reminds us of the importance of open communication and the courage to address risks, even when it's inconvenient. 3. Science is a human endeavor. Behind every formula and discovery are human decisions that have real-world consequences. This means accountability is non-negotiable. 4. Learning from mistakes. History has shown us that even the darkest chapters of science can lead to progress. The reforms born out of these tragedies have undoubtedly saved lives and advanced our understanding of the world. A brighter future, guided by history, the dark side of science, is a sobering reminder of its dual-edged nature. Yet, it also highlights the resilience of humanity, the ability to learn from failure, adapt, and strive for better. For every misstep, there are countless stories of redemption, progress, and hope. As we continue to push the boundaries of knowledge, may we never forget the lessons of the past. Science is a powerful force, but its true greatness lies in its capacity to inspire, heal, and uplift all while guided by the light of ethics and responsibility.